teenage acne. Carry on.
Wow. Hello and welcome to the Blue Monday podcast. This is a 3 times weekly show looking into the exciting happenings, it's not exciting, of Ipswich Town Football Club, available on video and podcast. My name is Benjamin Bloom and I'll be here each and every Monday for this, the flagship show with ITFC aficionado David Diamond, for a sometimes irreverent but always informative hour of football conversation. Make your Monday a Blue Monday. What do you know then, Dave?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of another word you could use for exciting. There's a whole load of words you could use instead of exciting, isn't it? What,
such as?
Underwhelming.
Oh, that's because that doesn't mean exciting, does it? That's you're speaking opposites here, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. You went back on your bike after smashing your arm up.
Went for it, mate. Yesterday. Did 50.
You?
I thought, gotta get back on the bike. 50 miles, so unfit. 15 miles felt like 150, mate. But yeah, survived it, got back. So yeah, I'm good to go again.
If anyone's with me on Twitter that Dave shouldn't be back on the bike, that he's mashed up one of his arms, and listeners, can you tweet in if you're worried about Dave going back on the bike? Dave, how can I get from your bike to some Portuguese manager in Saudi Arabia? We need some kind of link.
I don't know.
I'm sure Portuguese parts. Have you been to?
Yeah,
you must sell business to Saudi, mustn't you?
Oh, loads. Yeah. Well, no, we don't actually. To UAE, pretty much. Dubai. United Arab Emirates.
Okay.
Not much to Saudi, but let's just go straight for the Portuguese manager, who I don't really know, never even heard of. But go on.
Well, he's called Jose Gomes, which is like the most Portuguese name. It's probably John Smith, isn't it? John Green, maybe. James Green.
I'd say that's probably their equivalent.
Yeah, who's currently in charge of Saudi Arabian side Al Tawoun, which sounds like a Suffolk person saying Tawoun anyway, doesn't it? It's reported to have claimed he is in what are described as early negotiations with Town. Let's cut to the chase. Is he full of shit, Dave?
Yep.
Let's move on. League of Ireland first. Now, actually, we had a very determined tweeter yesterday who really, really believes that Danny Cowley has literally the done deal to be the next Ipswich manager.
Well, his stock has risen further in the last hour because they won the Checkatrade trophy at Wembley.
Are you drunk?
I'm just trying to lighten the mood because I know what crap is coming up. What boring shit.
So Lincoln won this afternoon, did they?
Yeah, they won 1-0.
And did you watch it?
Did I? Bollocks, no.
Did they play any long balls?
I didn't watch it, Ben. I must confess,
okay.
I didn't watch it.
Someone did tweet us.
Someone, one of our regular tweeters tweeted. I think it was Vicky Saunders or someone like that tweeted that Reed should have got sent off for something. I don't know. That's the only know. I didn't see. What I do know is, and a player I'd forgotten, Danny Rowe played, and he is our player, isn't he? So he's another one that's got to come back into the equation at some point.
Forgot about him. League of Ireland First Division club Finn Harps have announced that their 16-year-old midfielder, can you do an Irish? Conor O'Reilly.
Conor O'Reilly.
Is League of Ireland? You did Northern Irish, didn't you?
Oh man, I can't differentiate between the border, can I, mate? I can't differentiate.
Needs to be a bit more soft and lyrical. Think of it like the Sunderland one is a bit softer and the Geordie one is a bit. That's
Conor O'Reilly.
Yeah, okay, that'll do. He's going to be joining Town in July, the latest in a long line of
like that. Yeah, he'll never play for the first team.
You're in a very mischievous mood today, Dave.
I think yesterday, and I wasn't even there. Christ knows how you felt. I thought yesterday at 5 minutes to 3 when I saw the team, tipped me over the edge. I'm sorry.
Dear. Well, some people were tipped over the edge by Jonas Knudson's comments on Thursday. Did he do press on Thursday? For an away game, he would have. Says McCarthy leaving may affect his future, and I quote, "I want a chance to play at the top level, and I would love to go to the Premier League with Ipswich. That would be brilliant, but I also have to be realistic sometimes." As Jonas, is there something lost in translation there? Can we give him a pass?
Jonas suddenly morphed into Aaron Cresswell or something.
What are your thoughts on that, Dave?
No thought at all really on that. I don't barely think that left back is Championship quality, let alone Premier. Maybe I'm doing
I quite like him.
Yeah, maybe I'm doing him a slight disservice, really. Well, let's say he's putting himself out there.
Yes.
Should Mick reinvent himself as a Premier League manager, which is perhaps looking a little more unlikely than it was perhaps this time a week ago.
It was. So we got two games, Dave. We've got it seems a long time ago, and my pad ran out, so we've actually got two different pads. One for
Shit.
Brentford, one for
Used a whole pad yesterday.
nah, just a few pages. I didn't do anything in between minute 45 and minute
I forgot.
67, but
Yeah, there's a bright light this week. We are reviewing the Millwall game, which I have to say is probably second half, maybe my favourite half of football all season.
really okay. And you may have heard Dave on the Naked Football Show on Wednesday talk about
Said the
this. So
same
we
thing.
won't
Yeah.
we won't go in forensic detail. So Ipswich did play. Well, they started off with three at the back, but more like the Preston game where they had two wide guys, and it was more a 3-4-3 than a 3-5-2, which
Agreed.
I was tweeting. Well, I was being tweeted at
You were tweeting
to explain
furiously.
my comments last night. Bart in goal, three centre halves. So Carter Vickers did miss out after the penalty thing against Birmingham. Chambers, Webster, and Knudsen. Kenlock comes in at left wing back, didn't last long. Spence, right wing back. Skews and Gleeson in centre midfield. So Connolly got a rest. And something
Loved
that
it.
a lot of people wanted to see, Dave.
Loved it.
Selena on the left, Carriel on the right,
Brilliant.
Waghorn down the middle. So a lot of pace and a lot of skill in those
Sorry, did you
front three.
deliberately leave out Freddie Sears then? Did he play?
No.
Yes, he did, didn't he?
No.
Hang on. Hang on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
No, you're
9,
right.
10,
He
11.
didn't. Did he?
No.
I've got
We
him
played
down.
three-
Have I got
we played
12
3-3-3.
players written down?
He's going to come on as a sub, I think.
Oh, okay. I've got
Is he?
12 players. I don't know. Who cares?
This is
Sure.
bad podcasting, Dave.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
skipping
No,
through
you're
my
right.
book.
You're right. It's me. I've got him down, but he is sub. I think he's sub.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure he must have been.
Don't ever question me again.
Don't ever speak to me again.
Don't even look at it. Listen to the sustain.
Correct.
Millwall 4-4-2. We knew what the team would be the podcast before, didn't we? Archer,
Yeah.
Meredith, Romeo, Hutchison, Cooper at the back, Savile Williams, Wallace Marshall in midfield, Morrison, Gregory up front. And I wrote down in my book, Dave, that Ipswich made the best start to a game that they made in months in this one.
Yeah.
Chance after 9 minutes, Webster diagonal, Waghorn chests it down, doesn't think he's got as much time as he does, and kind of snatches at the shot. Good chance there. Chance for Millwall on 11. Gregory gets played in, swipes it wide. And then great attack this. Selena goes from right to left and feeds it in, and Skews is the furthest guy forward. He crosses it in past Archer and it gets blocked out and wide. And then Carriel has a nice sort of bendy, banana-y, you'd call it, 30-yarder.
Effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah.
Works Archer. So good start, but alas, on 26 minutes, Dave, of course, Millwall took the lead. What the hell happened?
Well, the ball sort of broke to Savile, who impressed me. I liked all their midfield, actually. I'll get on to someone else in a minute. I thought was outstanding. Savile plays the ball wide left to Marshall. We've said it before, he's a quality player. Marshall always liked him, Blackburn, Wolves, or wherever he's been. Ran at Spence. It's a bit easy, really. One step over and Spence fell for the old three-card trick or whatever.
He didn't expect Marshall to cross it with his left foot, did he?
No, I don't think he did, but obviously two-footed, beautifully weighted cross. Poor from Knudsen, would you say? Cooper sort of just came off him and middle of the goal, headed it in. Bart, no chance. Poor from Knudsen, really. Two things. Spence was beaten far too easily, and I think you're right. We all know, his right foot. Marshall, excellent right foot, but great cross with his left foot. And Cooper sort of came off. He sort of came off Knudsen, who didn't really react, and sort of free header. Yeah, good goal, but far too simple for me, Ben, really.
We should mention that Cooper is a honking centre half, and I think they were just confused that I don't remember what happened, but he'd stayed up maybe from a corner or
free kick.
something.
I can't really remember, but Cooper was going to have quite an impact on the match, didn't he?
Lively game on 33. So having started well, Ipswich don't play well for the remainder of the first half. They get a bit shell shocked by the goal. Panic in the
And I've got to
defence.
say, sorry, Ben, I've got to say at this point, the crowd get agitated, but in no way, again, in that first half, 1-0 down, did I hear any derogatory McCarthy chanting.
Panic in the defence. Quick throws. Morrison goes across to Saville. Low cross. Puts it over to Gregory. Seems to cross it for Wallace, who's at the back post. Morrison tries to head it and kind of takes it away from where it's going to go. So we get to half time, and Mick very positively changes to 4-4-2. I mean, it's a bit annoying, Dave, because we're going to see this again in the Brentford game. He'll always take off the young guy, won't he?
Yeah.
So he takes out Kenlock, but he puts another young guy in. I was quite surprised. So Falami.
Me too. I saw him. He came jogging out at half time with Andy Liddell. And,
yeah,
I texted you and I said, I think Falami's coming on. And fair play. Yeah. I think I tweeted that out there and said, Christ, when was the last time we took off a defender and put on attacker at half time, for Christ's sake? When it wasn't a sort of a straight like for like, so a complete change of formation. So I think Alistair said that we did that, I think, at Sheffield United, but then they adjusted the back, it remained a back five or something like that.
Yeah.
But a positive move and turned out brilliantly.
So Dave, 4-4-2 with Skews and Gleeson in centre midfield, Selina on one wing, Carriel on the other, and two forwards.
Brilliant.
Adventurous. And on 51 minutes, probably the worst goal you're ever going to see. But honestly, the build-up was actually quite good.
It's the worst goal I've ever seen. This is the scruffiest goal I've ever seen. I mean, what
you always get angry when a goal doesn't hit the net, don't you? But that one did actually hit the net. Horrible
goal. I think it was David Nugent who actually scored his one and only England goal and it didn't quite hit the back of the net. But hey, went over the line. Skew's quite forward. Bloody hell, left foot shot. Good left foot shot. Poor from Archer, really. Perhaps should have. It's one of those ones where he sort of parries it straight out when perhaps he should have parried it away. Ends up back with Falami, who had made a great start. But he got a bit excited. Shot. Slipped and scuffed shot. God, the ball was like a bar of soap, wasn't it? Sort of along the 6-yard box. Archer sort of got one hand on it, then didn't have it, and then Waggy comes sliding in, and I think Christ knows what happened then. And I think ultimately the ball sort of went in off where I said Cooper is involved again. I think it sort of went in off Cooper, but I think in the ground they gave it to Falami, great. And then afterwards, I think, and it's Waggle. I think they've given it to Waggle on the old
He must have
goal.
Been so close to obstruction. He's laying on his back. I can't do this on the pod.
Goal,
he gets it between his legs and kind of flipped. It must have been so close to obstruction, mustn't he?
Kieran, my son said, Dad, great, first goal at Portman Road for 5 games. A little bit different to the last one, which was Salinas against Leeds, wasn't it?
Wow. Yeah. But then Dave, 3 minutes later, having two up front and actually doing some attacking, gets you another goal.
Like buses, that's crap from Cooper, isn't it? I'll just put crap from Cooper on here. Just doesn't look. There's a no look and half hits a back pass, sort of tries to hook it back to Archer. Great, I've got to say, great from Waggle, and he's sharp when he sees it. You see him, even when you see it back on the video, you see him playing. You see Waggle already anticipating with the run, and it's a great first touch. His first touch takes it away from Archer and just a sharp finish. Yeah, very poor attempt at a Shefke dive as a celebration. We thought on the Naked Football. Graham thought that on the Naked Footy show.
He claimed that he just ran out of gas and he just threw himself on the floor. So I don't think that was a homage to
great
Shefke.
Goal and
14 goals for the season. I know everyone will give Bart Player of the Year again.
Well, he will
every year ever. But
he will.
Waghorn's had a good.
By the way, he's done really well,
season.
and a whole, as you will remind everybody, a whole clutch of assists. Wonder what the collective noun for assists would be. Let's say clutch. I like a clutch.
A clutch. You can do another goal, Dave, because the next thing that happens is Millwall, who probably didn't really deserve to be.
This is a good goal.
Behind.
This is a good. Wallace, I really liked. I liked him all game. He's got some pace, hasn't he? And especially after this goal, when it got to 2-2 and they started bombing forward, I thought he was an outstanding player. I think you've got to say a fairly sharp 1-2 in Morrison, wasn't it? And
didn't
he just
reset from the corner, did they? Ipswich just weren't awake, were they? But yes, that would have been right down in front of you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, very, very sharp play. Got to the line. Good ball in. Yeah, good by Bart. It's one of those ones he gets his hand to it. And I guess a little bit unlucky because, You know,
If he hadn't have touched it, Saville wouldn't have got that, would he? He was unlucky there, wasn't he?
He taps out. But great technique from Saville. Lets the ball bounce, one touch. I think he fires it down and absolutely larrups it back across bar. Yeah, good technique. And you're right, probably on the balance of play. 2-2 was about right at that stage.
So Mick brings Ward in because he sees Marshall continually running past Carayal and wants a more defensive player that side. Now then Skews gets a bump on the head, which is going to put him out of the Brentford game, and Luke Hyam comes on. And then we start the litany of chances for Millwall and this end-to-end next goal wins playground last 15 minutes.
Can I just stop back to our original my original commentary? So didn't Sears come on and talk? Where have I got Sears from in my team? Anyway, carry on.
Don't know. Yeah, don't know.
I don't know.
So good chance for Gregory, give and go, gets it on his left foot. And I'd written down in my book, great chance. That was before I'd seen the other 3 chances that Millwall are going to get.
Mate, honestly.
So a couple of like-for-like changes by Neil Harris. He puts O'Brien in for Marshall and Big Elliott in for Morrison, who may be bigger than Morrison, but he's not quite the player Morrison is he? But
he isn't. Elliott looked like he could have been on the Anthony Joshua undercard.
Yes.
Big unit, isn't he?
A unit who the Millwall fans don't appear to like very much, but there you go.
Oh, really?
I put this in, Dave, on 83 just because to sum up this last 15 minutes. Hyam surges forward and crosses in for Chambers, who stayed up from a corner.
Oh, Christ, yeah, that would have been
wide.
He was been up for a volley. That would have brought the house down.
Chambers was going mental. Every time Bart got the ball, he sprinted up to halfway and waved everybody forward. It was really
It was a hell of a
crazy.
second half. It was, we were under the cosh at times, but it was a hell of a second half. Go on.
So this is a ridiculous sequence. So Wallace bursts through and plays a brilliant ball for
the reverse
Gregory.
ball.
Yeah, absolutely on a plate, and the big pole throws himself out. It's not cleared, and then Saville hits the post straight after. Then there's a bit of a scramble, and it eventually gets cleared. Great save by Bart, but Gregory slide that under him.
Should score.
Should score.
Or lift the over. Well, he should score.
Romeo comes forward from right back. They let him go inside again, and then again, and then again, and then again, and then he's in the box. Left footer and the big pole again with the left hand. Dave, great save. Great save. Great player. Onyedinma, they didn't realise that if they'd have put him in instead of maybe O'Brien or who else came on, Elliott, he would have. He's got pace, that guy. He would have been a better substitution.
Just as well, probably.
O'Brien's completely in the clear on 91, Dave, and horrible left footer, and he's got no excuse to be tired because he only came on 13 minutes before.
Oh, is this when he blazes it over? He's lazy.
No, this is the one where he kind of shanks it wide. It's such a bad shot that it nearly turns into a cross for Elliott.
There's so many chances. I forgot.
And then at the end, Bart makes the save. So a lot of people were saying, "Oh, this was great," and even if we'd lost at the end, we would still have been happy. I don't necessarily agree with that.
No.
But what did you particularly enjoy about this?
It was just like a gung-ho second half, wasn't it? It was great. The pitch was rubbish. The pitch was cutting up. I said to Graham, it was like a throwback to the bloody 70s. Awful pitch, raining, and both teams sort of going for it, really. And even at 2-2, when Millwall had those chances, we had some good possession. Sorry, Knudson's final ball was terrible.
And Ward as well had one, didn't he?
We had some good possession there in some good areas, It was just made for a good game, and Millwall were just throwing bloody people forward. And what brought it home to me, just after half time, Millwall had a corner, and I sort of looked up. Hang on, second. We left 3 up.
They did that on all of them.
Yeah, no, Kieran said to me, he said, "Dad, they did that in the first half." I was, what, did he?
Well, Selina's no use defending in your own box anyway.
True,
you may as well leave him up. But it was a definite tactic to try and stop Millwall's set piece prowess.
Yeah, absolutely. And there was a lot of good things. Palami, I thought, was great. He great touch. Really liked his movement, good movement, sort of like glided around the pitch. Really good first touch. Looked super confident. Why didn't he play yesterday? But we'll get to that in a minute. And you've got to love Millwall. They just bombed forward, looking for the extra 2 points, didn't they? I mean, I think at one time they were just leaving like 5 up. There
was 5. I counted 5.
It made for a great second half, and I could see what people. Even if we'd lost, no, of course, you want to take, but a point's one thing. It was just entertaining.
What a lot of people were saying afterwards is Millwall. They didn't even score that many points in League One last season, and they've barely spent any money. And the point a lot of people were making is, and they don't play good football, but they play exciting, aggressive,
good players,
attacking football. And the point a lot of people were making is, if Millwall can have a run and have a go at winning every game,
and where
why can't we?
I think, and where it is midfield, Ben, that whole midfield, that Saville,
I agree
Wallace,
with that.
Marshall, very good.
Williams,
technically good players, and that's perhaps what we've missed. For Saville, Reed, Dazelle maybe similar left-footed. Similar type players, and for Wallace maybe Hughes. We have missed that. That's where I thought they were really good. I thought that Wallace was outstanding. Christ, he's quick and very very good. And you were right, Morrison and Gregory, they're a handful. In fact, I thought we played those two quite well, actually.
We did, didn't we? Yeah. There you go. So on we go then to the Brentford game, and we kind of wondered, well, will he go for it? Will he not? And I had a long think about it, and if you read the bit I did for the East Anglian, the predictions, I was right that he's gonna try and stop Brentford, and that proved to be the case. So he said in his press conference, Dave, that we're going to see a few different players. So he hid behind that as a kind of excuse for making some changes. But Dave, this team, well, I'll read the team and you give me your thoughts. So it was back to the 3-5-2, and I do think this is important because the 3-4-3 is much more attacking than the 3-5-2. Believe me, I've watched. I've watched both.
And I'll tell you why. Because Spence and Knudsen aren't attacking fullbacks.
Well, and they've got help. They've got help ahead of them.
Good point. Yeah.
In that system, haven't they?
Yeah.
And you don't get that horrible cluttering of centre midfield in front of the centre half. So anyway, Bart in goal. So Carter Vickers comes back with Chambers and Webster. Spence and Knudsen are the wing backs, like you say. So the midfield three, Hyam, Connolly and Nydam a little bit further ahead of them. Obviously Skews, maybe bump on the head, concussion, what have you. And Waghorn and Sears up front. So we virtually go back to the team for the Birmingham game.
There was Sears. I think I got my teams muddled up. That's what I did. How did you feel about Hyam's inclusion, knowing that Judge was playing? How was that a bit weird, do you think?
I did think it...
I know Skew's injury necessitated.
I was discussing it with the with Brentford fans in the pub beforehand, and there was a lot of us saying, "Oh, I would just leave him out completely and just keep him away from this. Tell him he's starting against Barnsley on Tuesday, and look, we're just going to keep you away from this." And then I remembered that Mick was our manager, and no, I'm serious, Dave.
If he can man up,
exactly that. That'll be the exact reason why I am going to play you. And then it was like, the teams came through it too, and it's like, oh, Hyam's starting. Well, of course he's starting. Yeah, that's the most Mick thing in the whole world.
Mick. Yeah, of course.
Wind up the Brentford fans, whatnot. We talk about Hyam at the end, but he surprised me quite a lot actually. But I don't know. You got Selena on the bench. You got
disappointed.
Got Carriel on the bench. Falami on the
disrespect,
bench. Ward on the bench.
No disrespect to Freddie, but a bit disappointed Falami didn't get a start there. Or do you see Falami perhaps starting Tuesday?
It's a better game. It's a better game for him on Tuesday. Tuesday at home.
I can see that.
I mean, it's just, you've said it before, Dave. It's just the intent. You go through that back three: Webster, Chambers, Carter Vickers. They're good players. It's just the intent and the instructions.
That side is set up to nullify Brentford.
Well, I can tell you what the exact plan was before you even get to the three centre halves. Brentford do split centre halves. Every time they got a goal kick, Waghorn goes with one centre half, Sears goes with the other, Spence comes forward with one fullback, and Knudsen comes forward with the other fullback, and they basically say, right, you've now got 6 players go through the centre of midfield, and they couldn't play out, which is all right, as a tactic.
Yeah, I mean,
wait, let me finish.
Sorry, Ben.
Which is all right as a tactic, but as long as you do something with the ball when you actually get it, when that's all you've got, a bit lame. Sorry, go ahead.
I think I forgot what I was going to say. No, it worked against, for instance, home games. I can remember the Forest home game. So we played similar, but
Reading,
perhaps
yeah.
it was just a home game, and Forest were even more. Forest was still trying to play it out. I think that's perhaps the difference. Although we were doubling up on their splitting with the centre half. I think Forest was probably still Warburton, wasn't it? I can't remember.
But
Forest was still trying to play it to
practicing at that, and Brentford have had 5 years. Is
good
the
point.
difference, isn't it?
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Let me go. Sorry, Dave. Let me go through this Brentford team anyway. So, they told me in the pub only one player, other than Judge, played in the Judge game 2 years ago.
No.
It's only Barbe. That's how
Wow.
Brentford have moved on from there.
Load yacht Harley. Yeah, they're a lot gone. Yeah.
We've got to Birmingham.
Yeah.
So Bentley in goal, Dalsgaard, Barbe, Egan, and Mepham the back four. Makoto and McEachran, no Woods, disappointingly, in holding midfield. So Judge on the right of the three, Sawyers in the middle, Watkins on the left with Morpie up front. And, well, let's just try and get through this because it was rubbish. Good move by Brentford on 9. And this is so eerie. I said this in my match review, the parallels with the Birmingham game. There was even a Barbe missing a shot and Mapai heading it exactly how Yotta did, but saving it with his feet.
Carbon copy.
Described absolute carbon copy. Yeah. So on 19, worryingly, big mix-up between Chambers and Bar. Don't know whose fault that was. Bart comes clattering into him at the end. He's down for a while and he goes away and he's got some strapping on his arm. I thought, has he fractured his arm or something?
Has he fractured his elbow? Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. You know how painful that is, don't you?
Yeah.
And he seemed really groggy as well,
yeah.
Dave. And we know what a tough bastard Chambers is. He played on with Millwall with his foot virtually falling off, didn't he, for like 70 minutes? He's cracked his rib, Dave.
Yeah, that's very painful. Well, I've never done it, but I know from other people that's extremely painful.
Right up there, I reckon.
Yeah.
How long will he be out for?
He'll play Tuesday. No. Doubtful. I mean, you think a crack. You could even think as his season over, but knowing him, probably miss the next 2 or 3 games and be back for Villa at home, we'll say.
Yeah. So
I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
So you're going to have to play 70 minutes with no Skews and no Chambers, who are the big kind of influence players. Kenlock comes in for Chambers. So interesting test for Webster anyway, because he's going to then be the main centre back in the middle. We said we liked him as a spare man, and nice for Kenlock to get on. Let's hope he doesn't get substituted again. Best chance of the game so far was on 31. Barbe lobs a free kick forward, and maybe they did miss Chambers a bit here because no one runs with Sawyers. He takes it down and then a bit of a limp shot wide with the left foot. Sears gets behind, works it back. Hyam spends, Nydam out to Kenlock. Good move. Kenlock shoots it wide. Nice that he had the confidence to have a crack. Judge with a right footer from 25 yards. Swerves in front of Bart. He parries and it comes out to Morpie. Good block in the end by Webster. And then a counter and Connolly has it in the net. But when he's chesting it down, Davey handballs it just before he puts it in. And I think Bentley stops. Half time, I don't know if it's worth reporting. I mean, I always watch Mick when he comes out and he makes a point of not looking at the Ipswich fans when he comes out. I don't know. I mean, I don't read anything into that. He doesn't look on the way past. The tunnel is right next to the corner where the Ipswich fans are.
Yeah.
And he got a cheerio from the Ipswich fans and gave them a sarcastic clap. I'm not sure that's really helpful or necessary now, is it?
From both parties probably, but there you go.
Yeah, you wind up Mick, you know he's going to bite, don't you?
Yeah.
Second half, Dave, was rubbish.
Mills was doing his nut. Mick Mills on Radio Suffolk. I didn't hear much of it. He was doing his nut, saying, "What are we trying to achieve? What are we doing here?" He said after half time.
He's right.
No, do you know what he said? He spotted. He said, "I can't see Brentford scoring in this game." He said with a little bit more, you know, not oomph, but yeah, let's go for it. He said, this week, we can win this game. This game's for the taking. He said, I really can't see Brentford scoring. Seriously, Mills said that. He was not happy, or even more. Well, we'll go on to what he said afterwards, because even more so afterwards.
So on 65, he doesn't change his system, Dean Smith. I don't think he's got another system. I think it's plan A and do plan A better as plan B.
Mm.
Yanaris comes in for Mikoto. He's maybe a bit more attacking. Kanyos comes in for Judge. On 67, so it took half of the half for there to be a shot on goal.
Well, from either side.
Yeah, so Watkins has the right footer. They win a corner from it, and it's actually a great ball by Hyam down the line on the counter-attack. Brilliant touch by Waghorn. He controls it and puts it in his path. And then he runs his man, takes it quite close to goal, but he's on his right foot. If he'd been on his left foot, I think he's dinking that. Or
yeah, they were saying that. Was he trying to pull that back for Ward, perhaps?
No, it was Sears. Sears made a.
Oh, it was Sears. Sorry, you're right.
Yeah, proper run for the goal line. I don't actually think that. I don't think that helped. I think that just crowded it up a little bit.
That's
a little
right.
bit more.
But it wasn't Ward at all. It was Sears. Yeah. I heard that on commentary.
No, Waghorn's shooting from there, but great play by him. And it's just annoying when you see a player like Waghorn who's got so much skill and so much quality and gets no service for entire games, and you're like, if you give this bloke the ball with good service, he's got 14 with terrible service.
Mm-hmm.
Well, can you add on another 5 with good service?
Probably.
And then we're gonna go a goal behind, Dave.
That was a soft one, wasn't it? I mean, it was a nothing ball from left back, knocked it. That nice ball from left back, just knocked into space. It's hard to see. You don't get any other view of it. So Canos makes a sort of diagonal run. Knudsen goes with him. He falls over. I mean, yeah, it's their contact. I don't know. Immediately Mills and Brenner said, "Oh, that's never a penalty." You know, very, very little contact, really soft. But he's obviously has touched him. He goes down and deja vu.
Davey shoved him. Why did he shove him? There's one as he runs across. He puts one hand on him, and I said in my video,
this touch,
for him
just to stop, you can't. I mean, you touch him, and he's going to go down. He feels the touch. You say it's quite clever play from Canos, but he touches him, he goes down.
Garner would have gone down.
Gives the ref an excuse to make a decision, which he did.
But
good pen, but no chance.
Keep your hands to yourself. Do you know what I mean? Just Canos has got to chest that down and then volley it over his shoulder past an excellent goalkeeper. Keep your hands
he's
off.
going nowhere, was it?
Silly. And you're right as well. What you say, the game's going nowhere as well. It's 0-0, and maybe we can put Carriel on and Selena or whatever. And there you go.
Yeah.
So as usual, the young guy comes out. So Nydam goes out first for Ward. Marcondes comes on for McEachran, who got a yellow card by that point, and then straight after, Mick kind of figures out he's going to change his system, and Kenlock, the substitute that came on, in the same way that
Walk of shame. The substitute is substituted. Walk of shame.
Second time in about 5 games, isn't it?
Yeah. A bit harsh.
So, Kenlock comes out and Selena comes on, but why didn't he play a 4-4-2? I don't understand. So he tucks Ward in.
This is when Mills really does his nut.
Yeah, so he tucks Ward in and puts Sears out on the right, Selena out on the left, and keeps his 3-man midfield. When has that 4-3-3 ever worked?
I don't know.
We won lots of games playing a weird 4-4-2 at the start of the year, and we won some playing a 4-2-3-1, and we were nice and tight for a while playing a 3-5-2. 4-3-3 it never works.
No, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about it. I don't really know what to say about that, Ben.
Well, Dave, there is one more chance.
Good chance.
Selena kind of does, gets going a little bit. And what I will say about Knudsen, I know a lot of people like to have a go at him, but he's very willing. And when Selena's there and he can run past him, he helps out quite a lot there. Lovely ball back by Selena. Ward takes the Frank Lampard approach and just tries to get a good contact, but
it does everything right, really. Don't you think? Good contact, it just point blank, wasn't it? It's a Bentley makes a Bart type save, I call that. You know what I mean?
It's kind of straight at him though, isn't it?
Yeah, reaction. Yeah.
Find one of the corners and you've scored there.
And then again, you scuff it there and it goes in the corner. You're right. Yeah. You're right. Good analogy. Lampard, gets everything on it.
And then Waghorn picks up the follow-up, comes inside too, and it just smashes Mepham in the face. Yeah, but fair dues. If that had been Chambers, I'd be going, "Oh, he's brave. He's stood up to that." So, Yeah. So surrender.
Yeah. I don't get it, Ben. I don't see what that achieved at all yesterday. Why did he not just, why did he just not go, 4-4-2? It was so good against Millwall. All right, slightly different game. Millwall are bombing forward and Millwall are throwing players forward, but just go for it for once. For once, just set your side up and say, right, I'm playing 4-4-2. Bring it on. But he just can't. He can't. It's not within him to do that. And I don't know. You're looking at certain players there. Connolly. I mean, is he really going to be here next season? I don't know. But then, is there anyone else? Downs is out on loan. Is there anyone else? I suppose he could play Gleeson. Actually, I thought, just speaking up for Gleeson, I thought Gleeson played quite a decent game against Millwall.
Yeah, Gleeson's not a bad player in a team that's
No.
operating well.
No.
Yeah.
I suppose I'll get it. He played against Millwall, starting sort of get Connolly come in there, a bit more energy and stuff. How did Hyam? No, you said you were going to mention Hyam. How did Hyam play?
I don't have high expectations for Hyam. I don't think he's very good.
I know you don't.
But yeah, he really surprised me. I thought this is going to completely get the better of him. You have to kind of say Mick was right. He actually rose to the occasion.
So he took like that took over like, say, the Skews type role to a degree.
That was the idea, and he used the ball well, and he was calm in the face of a lot of. I mean, Barbe smashed into him after about 2 minutes.
Surely every time he got the ball, he was.
Oh yeah, and nasty chance, and there was one bit where he was just going to come in on Judge, and he completely pulled out and then slapped him on the back.
Mick wouldn't have liked that.
He used the ball well, and I mean, all I'll say is, I didn't expect. I thought he would just completely die in that, and
by.
he showed some intestinal fortitude, I think.
And in fairness to him, Ben, he's getting more minutes on the pitch, so he's getting up to speed.
Yeah, and I can only really remember him being, really bad for maybe 10 or 15 minutes since he's been back. He's not been. There's a Sheffield Wednesday away. Sheffield Wednesday away. He was
great.
Didn't look like he was up to the level of everybody.
That was one of his first games back, probably, though, in defence of him. But yeah, I mean, anybody added? What about Nydam? How did he do?
You're just hamstrung in that system, aren't you? You're just there pressing everybody, and you got a little guy who's quite technical and quite
just got lost.
He didn't so much get lost, but it's like you've said before. It's just the intent. You can't really criticise the defenders so much, maybe other than Knudsen for making a silly decision for the penalty.
How similar to Birmingham was it?
Amazingly similar. Yeah, we lost to a penalty. There was not a lot of intensity. I mean, we got more in the way of attacking, but I mean, a few people had a pop at me on Twitter after the Fulham game and after the Wolves game, where I said, I think he judged it fairly well, and it was pretty close in both of those games. Kenlock getting shoved over at Wolves and Waghorn missing a chance, and at Fulham, obviously, the Spence red card. But the difference now is we can't get relegated. What's he got to lose? And it's Brentford. It's not Fulham or Wolves. They're not as good.
Get it. And I wouldn't mind betting you'll get the same. Well, depending on injuries, Forest. Of course. Chambers, you'll get the same at Forest. Right, that's a nothing game. That's another nothing game, isn't it? They're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. At least, I suppose, push yesterday. Well, there's got to be a hell of a change around, but Brentford has still got slight, very, very slight sniff, but certainly Forest haven't.
And this is the whole thing about a manager who's leaving, because you would normally say, oh, what can we learn? Well, Mick doesn't care what he learns about a new player. He's not going to be here next season, Well,
as he said, and he said as much about the players out of contract. That's what he said this week about.
Comment. Yeah, that's
it's not up to me. Good luck.
That's a fair comment,
hope
Dave,
he gets. And what else can he say? He's saying that I hope he gets fixed up. Like him, nice lad. Hope he gets fixed up with Town, but not my decision.
Yeah, no, fair comment. So this week, instead of putting a Twitter question out, we knew that you were all just going to say wasn't attacking enough, crap, gardening leave, so we actually asked for your questions. So we've got a fair few actually. So we'll try and maybe we take it in turns, Dave. But you want to take the first one? This is Ollie. All about next season now. Will we see new contracts for Bishop, Hyam? Which players could be on their way? What areas should the new manager be looking to strengthen?
Oh my Christ.
Bishop and Hyam.
Bishop, yes, I think Bishop will get another chance. Hyam, depends. I think it depends on Hyam. I mean, it's interesting what you said yesterday, because I'd have said prior to yesterday he's gone, I'd have thought, but who knows? Who knows? Skews might not play Tuesday. Hyam might be in there again Tuesday, and again have a half decent game. So he's still got something to prove. Hyam. I think Bishop will get another chance because we know there's quality there. Hyam, I'm not sure about. I don't know.
Dave, surely any manager with any nous comes in and makes all the players feel like they've got a chance, and then just susses them out.
Yes, of course, you'd think so. McGoldrick's interesting because now Mick's come out last week. Did I not hear that apparently McGoldrick may be back now before the end of the season? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
So don't go on. Was there another point to that? It was another point to that.
What areas should the new manager be looking to strengthen? Depends who they are and what their plan is.
Depends who they are and what they are. You immediately say midfield, but then get Downs back. Get Danny, someone we mentioned earlier before, Danny Rowe. Get Downs back, get Danny Rowe back, get Dazelle fit again, get Hughes fit, Adeyemi, well, Christ knows. And then you think, well, actually, if you can get all those fit and on the pit and available at the same time, we've probably got, with Nydam, we've probably got enough cover in midfield.
Well, this kind of comes into, this is Adam, the next question. If you guys were put in charge for next season, how would you play? Who would you keep, get shot of? Who would you sign? If I can take that one, Dave, you assume that there's quite a high likelihood that Bart might be sold after all now if this new contract doesn't get signed. And in some ways, if you're a new manager and Bart's highly paid and McGoldrick's highly paid, and that's your only chance of freeing up some wages and you want to start afresh, you haven't lost anything because you never had him in the first place.
No,
so you might be looking for a new goalie, or you might like Gherkin.
Mm-hmm.
But then you look at it, Knudsen, Kenlock, fine. Chambers, Webster, fine. A lot of people don't really rate either Emmanuel or Spence, hence I offer being there. So maybe
I'd have thought Emmanuel would be worth another look. I think from what you've said there, forget obviously Carter Vickers is on loan. I'd have thought another centre half would be if we don't get Carter Vickers back, another centre half would be a priority.
And then you look at the midfield, like you say, you've got plenty of good centre midfielders, and it depends what you want to do. If you're not going to play. You're not going to play wingers, then you're not going to
play wingers. So you think if you're not going to play wingers, then you think someone like Carriot, who's only on a short term, would be surplus to requirements. Probably Gleeson, I think the same. I guess I quite like Gleeson, but maybe. He's very experienced. And then up front, Waghorn, Garner,
great,
Lamy coming through. Maybe Morris, you're looking for one of those. Well, what you'd like to see between now and the end of the season, 5 more games, is for Lamy to get some game time. Let's have another look at Morris. He had a little, I forget who it was against now, a little cameo, didn't he, at Portman Road. Let's have a look at Drynan, the Irish lad. I think he scored again for the reserves the other day, 23s or whatever. So, let's have a look at those 3 with a view to next season.
You think Sears is going to go?
It'd
probably do him good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think, honestly, mate, I think so. I mean, bless him.
Yeah, this is Gary. Who are your top 3 choices for who you want to get the job next season? You can do that one, Dave.
What did I say on the Naked Footy show? In no particular order. Warburton.
Did you hear what Billy the Bee had to say about Warburton?
I didn't. No. What was he derogatory?
Do you know what? We'll do that off air.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, is it going to put me off? Yeah. I would say Warburton because it'd be something totally different.
Have to be patient with Warburton though. Forest weren't. They lost their bottle, didn't they?
Yeah. Something a little bit different. The Dutch guy, Stein.
Yep.
Don't know. Tell you what I did see bandied about this week, which I thought was an interesting one. No great experience, but David Unsworth's name came up. I saw this week, who did a little caretaker job with Everton. Maybe someone like that. I mean, you see the same. Well, obviously my utopia, been at football far too long, would obviously be Glenn Hoddle. I know, but he's been at football far too long. Yeah, I'm sorry, I had to get that in. But yeah, I mean, you talk about McLaren. And I agree with you what you've said before. Like, whoever comes in, let's give them a chance. But McLaren, this is another journeyman, that sort of manager, a bit like Mick. Let's try and get away from that, I think. How about you? Quickly.
I think McLaren will be expensive. I think Warburton will be cheaper and fit in a bit better. Lots of strong Danny Cowley links.
Yeah, lots of strong Danny Cowley, unproven, and like I said, his stock would have risen today. And obviously the other one is obviously Venus and Mowbray. But then, as again we said on the Naked Footy show, a stat reminded us they've got a 2-year contract left, so it's going to be compensation.
Got to pay both of them, haven't you?
Yeah.
Again, I'll reiterate, whoever it is, I am fully behind them for at least 90 minutes. No, whoever it is, I'm fully behind
them to that.
And you can't say
game against Norwich.
Yeah, you can't say. It just depends what their intentions are. If their intentions are good, I could be behind them for, forever. Jules, since the news of McCarthy leaving at the end of the season, I'm now on my 6th repeat of my Minder box set. Could you let me know when the season's finished? Getting to painful to even comment. Love the show, guys. Can we get him off the? But have you done Game of Thrones, Jules? I recommend. You recommend Jules a box set, Dave?
I can't recommend anything better than Minder. Really, I've got that.
Sopranos.
I haven't watched. Oh yeah, actually, yeah. I'll give you the Sopranos, definitely. Yeah.
If you like weed, Trailer Park Boys, I'd wholeheartedly.
Breaking Bad. Did you
recommend? I've done Breaking Bad twice. Yeah.
So I haven't done that yet. What about Game of Thrones? Did you box set that or did you watch it?
Oh, I binged it. I just got it all on my iPad. Yeah, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Joe, view on what will happen without contract players. So yeah, just give me an in or an out here, Dave, on these. Bishop.
In.
Brew.
Out.
Carriel.
Out.
Gleeson.
Who?
Gleeson.
In, but I think out. No, out.
What is that?
Well, you know what I mean. I'd like you to know he'll be out. Yeah, gone out. Yeah, go on. My preference would be out.
Yeah, go with Downs, man. McGoldrick.
High earner out.
This is a slightly different twist on the manager thing. This is Beanie. New manager type. What is required? I think he's saying an authoritarian or a chilled out entertainer. I don't know. No, do you know what I mean? Do you want another
in between, man? Don't we? We need. I mean, I don't know. Something in between. Just someone to play a bit more expansively. Let's say.
This is Luke. 3 realistic signings you'd like to see us make in the summer. I'll go with that, Dave. So it's probably going to be a goalie, and if the guy Blackman is available on loan from Chelsea, who's played for
you like him,
Sheffield United.
Sheffield United. Yeah, you like him.
Good.
Yeah.
A right back.
Anyone spring to mind on your travels?
Well, Romeo or Meredith from Millwall, but
you like them,
they don't sell. They don't sell to us anymore. So a right back possibly. And you're always excited by a new forward, aren't you? So
anyone again spring to mind?
I don't see who we take from unless they're relegated. So you're looking at
you got to say,
Madra maybe from Sunderland.
He pulled 2 out of the bag, didn't he? He pulled 2 out of the bag last year. You've got to say, Garner and Windass. Wait, Windass. Hang on, no,
Josh
probably a bit too young. Yeah, Josh. Garner and Waghorn, absolutely brilliant. Jordan Rhodes.
You'd still fancy him? It's expensive, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's like buying a Jeep or something, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? You know you're going to pay the high car tax and there's going to be high fuel consumption.
And he looks like he's lost his mojo a bit, hasn't he? Yeah, whether he'd find it back here or not, I don't know.
This is Craig. Who do you each want as manager? One choice only, and who do you think will actually get? I love your Glenn Hoddle shout. That's great, isn't it?
Oh, flipping out, man. I think how it's shaping out, I'd give Warburton, just because there would be no compensation or anything, I'd give Warburton a go. Because I think, but as you quite rightly said, you would have to be patient, I think, because I mean a complete
Oh,
reshaping of our style
and
of football.
this is the thing: how many players in there that we've got at the moment could
Play like that.
cope with that? Could someone like Knudsen cope with that? I know Webster can. I know Garner can. I know Waghorn can. I know Skews can. Who else?
Well, the midfield could, you think if you've got a
Spence
fit
can't.
midfield. No, but if you've got a fit midfield, you think the likes of Dizelle, Hughes, Downs could. Yeah, you're right. They could.
Chambers, by sheer force, would probably get away with it.
Probably
Yeah.
could. Yeah, it would take a bit of some work there, but yeah, it'd be the fullbacks that would, because your fullbacks have to be able to play. It'd be the fullbacks that would bother me. Kenlock can play, can't he? Kenlock
Yeah.
can play.
Yeah.
But
give
yeah,
him a chance.
again, the right back. I still say, look, let's see how Emmanuel must come back from Rotherham playing, having all that game time. He must come back a better player for that. Must do, surely. I know it's a league below, but
this is Steve. Where do you get your jumpers from, Dave?
I think he was talking to you, Ben.
Are you sure about that?
I think he was talking to you. You had what did you have on last night? It was something with Halloween on
That's
it.
my Happy Halloween jumper. That
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think it was more. I mean, this is a standard blue sweatshirt, so yeah,
I have
nothing very, very boring.
There's Steve. There's a wardrobe just out of shot here, and I've got them in. Yeah, I've got them in and collect them from market stalls and charity shops, basically.
Yeah,
so.
You do, don't you? Yeah. Good on you, Ben.
Good on you. Frankie, would it be better to bring in a manager from abroad who not many people know about and get a totally new philosophy, or get a British manager that we think we know about, given a risk that fans will not welcome him very well? Because you mentioned Stein would certainly be. I think a lot of people want something fresh, don't they?
Well, Stein, and I was sort of knocking it, perhaps unfairly, on the Naked Footy show. I said, "Oh yeah, the grammar." So I looked at his stats, and he's sort of they've scored less goals than the bottom team, which I think FC20 in the Dutch First Division. But then you look, and obviously they got promoted. I think they pretty much walked their version of the Championship and scored loads of goals. Obviously now come into the top division, maybe the last season or season before. I haven't quite got that, but perhaps consolidating in a bit, consolidating and batting against the odds with without the money. So
everyone
really
needs
to
admit, well. Dave, that no one knows anything about Stein unless I don't know anyone who's studied it. And you can't just look at someone's goal scoring record in isolation and tell the whole story. This is Jordan, who I think is trying to wind us up. He says, "Are you both being careful what you wish for?" It's naughty, Jordan, isn't it?
That's toxic, Jordan.
Lift the ITFC cloud. With the season over, there are two questions. Who's coming in through the Golden Gates? Well, I think we covered that. Who's following Mick McCarthy hand in hand through the same gates in May? Well, you did this on a Naked Football show, Terry Connor and the Chief Scout, and I agreed with you that the Chief Scout will be a loss because they've picked up some good guys. But what I will say is they've picked up some good guys if Mick is your manager. There's plenty of other people that you can train up to play a different way and buy them from elsewhere. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, and also I think it's the flair players that also have come. As we've said this before, haven't we, over the last few seasons. The Johnny Williams, the Frasers, the Lawrence, the Salinas this season. Don't forget he's managed to entice one of those across every single. Well, someone has every single season. I
suspect the weekly salary helped with that for all of those.
Yes, Ben, you're cynical, aren't you?
No, but I bet all of those you listed were nicely paid, weren't they?
And I suppose, to be fair to Fraser, I think he came not as part of the. Unfortunately, he didn't become our player, but he obviously came as part of the Mings transfer thing, wasn't it? I guess at the same time.
Fraser and Lawrence worth every penny, whatever they were paid. This is Tig. If you had 5 minutes with Marcus Evans, what would you say to or ask him? Would it be a lecture or a question? Well, I think I'd certainly be listening rather than talking if I actually got Evans. That would you'd need more than 5 minutes. I'd just like
pod gold.
Oh,
pod gold.
My God.
Isn't he supposed to
think of the ad revenue, Dave?
Isn't he supposed to speak to the masses at some point over the next couple of weeks?
There was no deadline on that, was there, though?
Oh, did your season ticket pack arrive with a thump? Oh,
no, I haven't got it.
You look vexed by that. I've got mine.
Yeah, just surprised.
Can I just show you quickly to cheer everybody up? I'll tell you what else I've got.
What is that? Dave, you're in a different shot. Move the program a little bit. Ah, there you go. That's better. Cup final. Are they your actual tickets?
Yeah.
Lovely
Cup final
stuff.
programme and a ticket. Dug it out the loft the other day. Turnstile C, entrance 10, east upper standing enclosure, May the 6th, 1978. £2.50 worth every penny, Ben.
Lovely stuff.
Every penny.
But just getting back to Ty's question, Dave,
Sorry.
I think we'd all just like to hear what sort of a guy he is and what his plans are, just to hear how genuine he sounded and what passion he spoke with rather than anything specific. Richard, this is Rich of this parish. Will a boy ever be born who can swim faster than a shark? And there's a picture of Gareth Keenan. So I think the answer is,
ever be born that can swim faster than a shark? And is he eating Monster Munch at the time as well? He's like this with some Monster Munches.
I think the answer is Daley Thompson. Sky commentator, this is Beaconbauer. Lincoln were a club going nowhere until the Cowley brothers arrived and turned the lights back on. Could they do the same for ITFC? They could. You never know.
They certainly could.
A testament to you and your show. This is James. I've sat here for a good 3 minutes trying to think of a question, but you two cover everything I need to know. So where are we meeting in Reading? James, we will DM you about that, but it might not actually be in Reading.
No, it might not be.
It might be on the way. This is Mullet. Is it likely that ITFC can compete given how we have operated within the last decade or so under Evans? With the division changing so much, has the club changed enough? Dave?
No, well, obviously not. Yeah, we haven't. There's been precious little investment since McCarthy came in, and yeah, we're just going as a club, we're just going backwards, aren't we? And it's not just on the pitch as well. You know, we spoke about this on the Naked Footy show the other night. It's the little things off the pitch. You know, the pit. You know, away from the playing. Let's say the pitch itself looks horrible. The ground looks tatty. Just little bits and pieces that you see, and you know, people have flagged up before on tweets and on the forum, and you actually go to Portman Road and you think, yeah, you know, it is. It's just not. It's not the same experience it once was it?
It's also not the same experience as other
no, it isn't.
Championship.
Well, we went to Bristol City and we both said, you know, it was bloody freezing and we lost, but you know, nice surroundings, nice ground, yeah, all good.
And also one that's been converted from a old crappy ground into a new one. All I will say in response to Mullet's question is that Millwall have lower crowds than us and less money, and if we did anything like what they're doing, I think we'd all be happy.
Oh God, yeah. Millwall have got that spirit, haven't they? They've got that sort of togetherness, and they're on this run, and it's just gathering momentum. Is it like little Ipswich under Burley? Some of those seasons, late 90s, isn't it? You know, you get on this run, and it's just hard to stop.
And
you've got this mindset.
You've covered it on This Week in ITFC History. At the start of the Burley era, there's crowds under 10,000 fairly regularly, aren't there?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know.
And was it the game we covered? Admittedly, I think it was 2005. Was it the Rotherham game or something? Midweek game. 25,000.
Just those 2 years under Joe Royle where the average attendance is just way higher. This is Adam. Any plans for a live pod before the end of the season? We would love to do one, Adam. It's probably not going to happen before the end of the season, but we would love to do one. We spoke.
Yeah, we would.
One day for a long time. We're doing some bits and bobs with the pod for the new season, and that should hopefully be something. We need to try and tie it in with a game and do it straight after. But yes, we do. We do want to do that. Lovely stuff. Thank you for all those questions. That was fun. We won't be able to do that every week. Can we do this roundup, Dave? Can we do it quickly?
Can we just do half an hour on the Cardiff Wolves last minute?
I paid £7.99 for a Now TV Sky Pass. And if you got it at the right time, because you get it for 24 hours, you got that game. Then you got Norwich and Villa, because I don't want to watch Liverpool 11. And you got Manchester United and Man City. So
did you watch Man City, Man United, Ben?
By the time I'd done my video and uploaded it and got back, I watched it was 2-2. I saw United win. But anyway.
What's the game? Cardiff Wolves. I guess he's your player of the season. Is it in the Championship? Neves, class. You know, just a class free kick.
Kenny was my number one, wasn't he?
Oh, he was he? But anyway, Neves.
Lovely goal.
Just class free kick. However, I mean, injury time, all hell breaks loose. I mean, first of all, Cody's pushed on Pilkington. Medine, surprise choice. All right, he had the balls to take it, but surprising, hasn't scored a goal yet since his big old move from Bolton. Low to his left, good save from Ruddy. I thought it was a good save.
Yeah.
Just went straight up penalty, and then Gunnarsson has assaulted
Cavaliero.
Yeah, I think it's Cabot. It's a proper forwards type tackle, isn't it? So change of taker, Hoylett takes it, hits the underside of the bar, and the ball's bobbling away, and the ref blows. You think, God, he's blown for another penalty. He's another offence. Game over. Warnock's reaction, Ben, to Nunes' celebration?
Just amazing on so many levels. And let's talk about it sensibly. What was it? Cardiff have dropped points in their last two games, and they've got Villa coming up, and they look like choking it. And what's everybody talking about? Are they talking about Cardiff losing? No, they're talking about the manager. He's so clever.
Good point actually,
so
Ben.
clever.
Yeah, it's very good.
The only thing is, I detest the way they play, but I admire it at the same time. Every week I watch, and Cardiff's goals are always muggy, parrying off a throw-in or something.
In difference to Nuno, to Esperanto, I mean, you would say, Christ, what he's just seen, you would celebrate like that, wouldn't you?
Oh, Warnock's
you really would. And I tell you what, I thought he was, and I know it's really quite clever mindset from Warnock, but I thought Esperanto, he spoke really well afterwards as well, and he said, "I really apologise. I understand. Perhaps I overstepped the mark."
Warnock's working him, isn't he? Come on, this is all for the benefit of not letting Fulham get past them, But if now, Dave, I'm looking at, they've got these Tuesday games written down. Fulham beat Reading and Villa only draw at Cardiff. Fulham will be in second, and Cardiff's game in hand is away at Derby on a Tuesday night. Not an easy one. And there's a bit of
anyone can win at Derby away on a Tuesday night, Ben. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right. Fulham get the win at Sheffield Wednesday.
Ben, so Mitrovic, great signing, 9 in 9.
Yeah,
good sign.
Dave, what are they paying him a week though?
Well,
that's the difference, isn't it?
Yeah, we're through. But if it gets them up, I mean, does this not smack of perhaps what we should have done 3 seasons ago? But anyway,
Dave,
unbeaten in 19.
Norwich go above Ipswich, and what a goal by Josh Murphy. Did you like that?
Got to be one of my favourite goals of the season.
Yeah.
What a goal that is! Well, I mean, you got to say left foot. I'm not even sure he's left-footed, or not naturally left-footed. What a goal!
So I'm starting a campaign now, Dave. So not only they need to sell Maddison, they now also need to sell Murphy as well with Onyx.
I read somewhere today that Maddison's been linked to Leicester with Mahrez probably going.
Good.
Which makes sense.
Good. Sounds good to me. Get it done. Get him out of there as soon as possible. as long as we don't get them in his last game before transfer window's been moved, hasn't it? Get him out of there. Get it done.
Get out.
Get it out. No. The one. I know it doesn't really matter whether we finish above Norwich or not, but it would be nice to.
I think would you say that result really means it's just Wolves are gone, but it's just going to be between Fulham and Cardiff now for the second spot?
Well, if Villa beat Cardiff on
that's true.
Tuesday,
76, 80. Cardiff got 80, 73. Okay.
Davis, as we know from the Burley years, it's hard to overhaul 3 points at the end. Everyone just win. They just do it somehow, don't they?
Yeah.
So Derby get a win. Let's go through these quickly, Dave. Borough keep themselves 1 point ahead of Millwall. They beat Forest, who we've got coming up. Millwall win again, Dave. The only team Millwall haven't beaten recently is
Hey, did you realise that on Boxing Day, Bristol City was second, Millwall 18th. There was a 20-point difference.
I didn't know. Good stat. You got any key? Got any Kiefer Moore for me here? A couple of assists, I think, didn't he?
Hell of an assist for the winner. Brilliant assist. And we'll
Barnsley
see him
3, Sheffield United 2.
Tuesday, we'll see him on Tuesday
Get
evening.
your money on to score any time.
Let's hope he doesn't celebrate.
Who cares? God, I wouldn't begrudge him after the.
Let's hope he does a Darren Bent.
Oh God.
Just second victory in 14 for Barnsley. First home win since November.
Oh dear.
And 1 win in 7 for Sheffield United. That's not good. They're 4 points outside the playoffs. That's not good form at the moment.
Reading 1, Preston 0. So Clement wins again. They're kind of pulling away. Sunderland looks screwed, don't they? 7 drew 1-1 at Leeds. 7 adrift with 5 to go.
Hull at home next to them.
Who have Dave? Sorry, Sunderland.
Yeah. Tuesday night.
Hull win 4-0 against QPR, and QPR were in good form. So a bit of a
Hull are safe, aren't they?
Yeah, a bit of a strange one. This was the big one down the bottom, wasn't it? Birmingham, pretty important equaliser there, just to keep push Burton's head underwater a little bit more, and they're also 7 if. So David, looks like Birmingham. It looks like Burton and Sunderland are gone, and Barnsley got a hell of a lot to play for. They've got a game in hand. That game's away at Forest, but again, we've got nothing to play for on Tuesday, and they can move out of the bottom 3 there.
Yeah, will the club actually admit to a 9,900 crowd on Tuesday? I don't know.
Oh, you think it's gonna be a low one, do you? Even though it's half term. Oh, Barnsley bring no fans, will they?
Are they bringing? Is it I know it's half term. I haven't noticed.
Ticket promotion, yeah.
It is a £10 job.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, that'll probably make a difference then.
Yeah. Yep. Are you ready for a boring extrapolation? No, we did have a couple of goals. So Waghorn's now up to 14 on the goals, Garner 10, Selena and McGoldrick 8. Waghorn still top of the assists. Annoyingly, Madison's got combined 23 now to Waghorn's 22. So he's just gone behind him. Knudsen 7, Ward 5. On the minutes, Dave, Bart, Knudsen, Chambers, but Waghorn's 250 minutes behind, so he may overtake Chambers depending on
3 games. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. Chambers will probably be in training tomorrow morning, won't he? Like, what? This?
What's the matter? What this extra rib
arm literally falling
out?
off.
What this?
I'll still play, boss. I'm fine. Fine. Whatever. He's like literally falling over fast now. Nasdaq, follow at JamesDack _99.
Go on, James.
James has had some issues this week, Dave. I think he was expecting a D-Mob happy 4-4-2 because he went for over 2.5 goals. James, what were you thinking?
What are you doing?
But get your money on Kiefer Moore. And his treble was also quite goal happy. Both teams to score in Norwich versus Villa. That'll do.
Yeah.
Brentford versus Ipswich. James, stop it. And Hull and QPR got the shut down. We need to talk to Renegade Statman, Dave. Are you ready for the stat of the week?
Go on, mate.
Easy, lads. Each week it's becoming more and more difficult to write something different about Town's current situation. We're all fed up now. Every game is silent and grey. 5 games to go, and then the sun will come out. I saw Rich's tweet yesterday about the number of 1-0 defeats we've suffered this season. The figure he quoted seemed unusually high. So I set off with the stat machine for another journey through time, dimension and space to find out where this league season sits amongst previous. So we're looking at 1-0 defeats, Dave. In 2017-18, Ipswich had lost 8 games 1-0, split by 3 at home and 5 away. 3 in a row away. The Bristol City one as well, wasn't it? Yeah. So with 5 games to play, this season's current tally is joint third with 69-70, so Bobby's first full season. In second place, we're looking at 1-0 defeats, remember, 2006-7, when Jim Magilton's Chargers lost 1-0 on 9 occasions, including being on the end of a double by Mick McCarthy's Wolverhampton.
Is this where we couldn't win away? Is that ridiculous season where we barely won? We carried all before us at home, but barely won away? Yeah.
Out in front with 12 occasions is the fateful 85-86 season. Notably, we ended that season with a 1-0 whimper away to Sheffield Wednesday. Second tier football was soon to follow. Can you see another 1-0 defeat between now and the 6th of May? I can see another couple of these weeks, that man.
I can see Reading. I can see
Forest. Yeah. Middlesbrough last day. At least a couple, probably Forest away and Villa at home. Oh God, Villa at home as well. Yeah, they'll grind us down, won't they? But please, on 6th of May 2018, 40 years after our FA Cup triumph, can we all be on the right side of the only goal? Stat loves you all. You ready for 2 little ducks, Dave?
Yeah. 2 little. Yeah, go on. I've just got me pen and pad ready. Hang on.
We need to just go through the like the Duckworth-Lewis method. This is the Ben Dawkins method. So we had some rule changes last
stop
week.
Right there. What do you know about the Duckworth-Lewis method?
More than you probably.
Don't. What is it for then?
Explain the Duckworth-Lewis method in under 10 seconds.
Oh, I can't explain. I can't.
There you go. You can't explain it.
Method. But do you know, right? Do you know what sport is it? What sport is it connected with then?
I'm not even going to answer that, and I'm not buying a TV license. Actually, I want to watch the World Cup, so I might have to.
The Cricket World Cup. Go on.
Dave, you've been mischievous all day. You can do a public apology now, or you can wait till after we've finished recording.
I'm not doing any public apology. Carry on. I'm ready. I'm psyching myself up for 2 little ducks.
Anyway, Ben got in touch with some rule changes. So, Dave, if you pick a used substitute, we're going to let that one go. And you can also play your golden goose, which I foolhardily didn't play on Danny Tiato last week and shit out at like 8 or something.
Tell me how the golden goose works
So
again,
the
Ben.
golden goose works, Dave. So if you're not sure about anyone, say you're 4 or 5 players in, and you're not sure whether I don't know,
player.
Lars Elstrup played for Luton. I don't know where they came from. Then you can say, I want to play my golden goose, Lars Elstrup, and if Lars Elstrup's not there, we'll let that one go. But you have to say it beforehand. Yeah.
Gotcha. I can't just say it. Oh, I got that wrong. Golden
they're
goose.
The rule changes. I'm going to say a game from Ipswich's history. Dave's got to name as many of the starting players with those kind of little rules in there. So last week, Dave, was Ipswich versus Man City in the FA Cup 2002. So in the same vein, softball of all softballs, Ipswich v Man City, FA Cup semi-final, 11th of April, 1981. If you don't get all 11 Ipswich players, you're in trouble. I'm going to do the plugs. You write this down. So FA Cup semi-final, Villa Park, 11th of April, 1981.
Okay.
And I need to do our plugs here. So thank you very much for listening and watching on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and put a nice comment. Don't be mean. If you're listening on audio, thank you very much. And whoever you're listening with, Acast, follow us on there. iTunes, 5-star review, comment, do. Follow us on Twitter at Blue Monday ITFC. Follow Dave at David Diamond 3, Statman at Chompex3. I'm at Benjamin Bloom, and Rich is at Ips Rich. Lots more content coming before the end of the season. If you want to support the podcast, the only way to do that currently is to buy a t-shirt, which you find in the description of our Twitter bio at Blue Monday ITFC. If you are that way inclined, you can also follow us on Facebook, bluemonday.com. Facebook.com/Blue Monday ITFC. It was all going so well. Dave, your picture is frozen. Are you still there? Have you been cheating since the internet went down?
What do you mean I've been cheating different? I panicked, mate. I bloody panicked. That's right.
We're back recording, Dave. And very conveniently, the internet connection in Diamond Towers. Just pull your mouthpiece down a little bit, please, Dave.
Sorry, mate. Yeah.
There you go. Very conveniently, the internet connection went out in the middle of two little ducks. So if Dave scores very highly on this, we'll all know what's happened. So your game, Dave. 11th of April, 1981. I think I could even get at least 10 on this one. Actually, I know the goal scorer as well. FA Cup semi-final, Villa Park. 11th of April, 1981. Away you go, Dave.
If I mess up on this, Paul Cooper.
1.
Mick Mills.
2.
Kevin Beattie.
3.
Russell Osman.
4.
Terry Butcher.
5.
Franz Tyson.
6.
Walk, Mariner, Brazil, Gates.
Do that slowly.
Oh, God.
So Walk 7, Mariner 8, Brazil, Gates.
Yeah.
10.
Murin.
11.
Okay. Paul Power.
That was the one Man City player I knew. 12.
Kevin Reeves.
Yes, 13. You can get the goalie, Dave.
Oh, Joe Corrigan goal.
14. This is a record.
This is a shout, and I don't know.
Play your golden goose then.
So golden goose means, okay, this is a golden goose. Tommy Caton, who died.
Yes, 15. But you've played your golden goose now. Can't play it again.
Okay. Jerry Gow.
Yes, 16.
Cup final. Spurs.
There's an obvious one. There's an obvious one, yeah.
Steve McKenzie.
Yes. What happened in the cup final, Dave?
Oh, stupid volley. So cuts volley in a replay. Tommy Hutchinson.
Yes. 18 own goal, yeah. This is incredible work. A world record.
Who's the guy? Black guy who broke his arm. Bennett.
Yes.
Bennett?
19.
Dave Bennett. Oh, I lost my thread now. Where have I gone?
You've excelled yourself, whatever happened. Although people will say that the internet went down and you pulled the program out.
Yeah. Not me 78. That wouldn't have helped me. Yeah, I'm stuck now.
Amazing.
How many have I got?
19 out of 22. It's a new world
Um,
record anyway.
Bobby McDonald, left back.
Yes, 20.
Yeah, now I'm stuck. I don't know anymore.
Round of applause for that, Dave. Right, we're going to stop you there before you get full marks and there's no point playing the game anymore. So, outstanding. Ipswich's used sub as well, Dave. Can you remember that?
On the day, I'd have thought Steve McCall.
Yeah, always. Yeah. So Steve McCall's used sub as well. So yeah, Cooper, Mills, Butcher, Tyson, Osman, Beattie, Walk, Murin, Mariner, Brazil, Gates. They've got all of those. And I'm trying to think which one you didn't. Corrigan, you did not get Ranson.
Ray Ranson, the fullback.
McDonald, you did not get Reed. I don't think. We can watch it back.
Reed.
Yeah, Reed.
Yeah, and I know. Yeah, I was thinking Peter Reed. No, it's Nicky Reed. I didn't know. It's Nicky Reed, centre half. Yeah.
And you got the rest: Power, Catton, Bennett, Gow, Mackenzie. Dave, pull your mouthpiece down.
Sorry, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. Hutchison and Reeves. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, I was there. It's a game that lives fresh still quite fresh in the memory. Really, so disappointing. You know, but we said before that the incredible thing about that game is that not literally, it happened 2 days later or 3 days later. We had to go there again to play Villa and we won. I mean, it's just incredible.
Unbelievable scenes and a new world record on Two Little Ducks. 20
Thanks,
out of.
Promise there was no. I would know that there was no. That's my era.
Yes. So Dave, we better wrap up now. But Barnsley on Tuesday and Forest on Saturday.
Yeah, return of
5-2, lose both games 1-0.
Probably return of Kiefer.
Roberto,
through their team.
Francisco.
They've still got some half decent players, haven't they, Barnsley? I mean, they had people like Hamill and Bradshaw on the bench. I always like that Hamill. He's on the bench yesterday. Fans still unsure of that Moraes, I don't think, but they'll be very sure of him if he keeps them up. But yeah, they'll be coming for the points, and then Forest away. It's just nothing game in it. I mean, if there's a nothing game, there's another one, isn't it? Home game was one of the better ones this season. The 4-2, that was a good game, wasn't it? And I like that kid from Everton who I always think runs like Chris Waddle. Yeah, Kieran Dow, isn't it? Osborne I like for them as well, but
Osborne 1-0.
Nothing game, Ben.
Well, maybe something interesting will happen and we can talk about it next week on this very podcast.
Yes, hopefully so.
Right, you have a last word then, Dave, and then I'll say something after it actually had the last word.
Okay, thanks for that. Just to say, we're recording some more shows for this day in ITFC history tomorrow, so more of that will be on Wednesday.
I'd just like to correct Dave, it's called this week in ITFC.
What did I call it?
This day.
I said this week, didn't I? Oh, God.
Check it back. Right, thanks for listening. See you later.
Bye.